All right, let's talk black bear hunting for just a minute. So the season is over, you're sitting at your house, you've got some free time on your hands, doing whatever. Pull you up a topographical map of where you think you're going to be hunting at next fall. That's what I like to do, and I'm going to tell you why. When you're bear hunting, sometimes it's hard to nail down where you need to be hunting at when you're in the woods. If you're not seeing a ton of bear scat, a stomp path, or a spot, in the woods where some acorns have really been eaten up, um, it's really hard to pick out where to hunt at. And I'm going to tell you where I like to hunt at when this comes up. All right, I like to hunt somewhere either in a saddle or off the point of a ridge where I can see the end of a ridge. Now, I'm not talking about sitting in a saddle and hunting the saddle. I like to sit in the saddle and look back up towards the ridge on either side of me. If you look here at this map, this is an actual spot where I've seen bear. Where the red bear icon is, I've seen three different bear cross around the point of that ridge. Why bear like to come right around through there? It beats me. But anyway, I was sitting down here in this saddle right below it, um, and I had a bow. The bear were a little bit too far away, but anyway, the bear come from where this right hand arrow is going towards this bear icon and went on into this holler off to the left of it. Now, me personally, I think them bear feel a little bit more guarded, a little bit more protected whenever they come around the point of a ridge versus coming right down the center of a ridge. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's the theory I've come up with. You can try it and see what you see. But if I'm in a spot where I know bear are there, but I can't really pin down exactly which way they're coming from, where they're going, I just try to get in a good spot where I think a bear is going to come around the side of a hill and it's going to expose them to me. Um, Here's another actual map of a place where I've killed two bear. Okay, these blue bear icons are both where I've harvested bear at. The upper bear icon there in the middle of the screen, you'll see an arrow pointing towards this icon. This is the direction the bear came from, and it crossed the end of this little ridge right here between the bear icon and the end of that arrow. Now, I don't think that's a coincidence. That's where this bear came around. Again, there was a lot of acorns on the side of that hill, and I did hear the animal coming, and I know that's the direction he came from. But again, I think that they just feel like they're exposing themselves too much when they come around the very center of a hill, whether they are, you know, guarding themselves from hunters or other bears or what have you. Um, that's what he was doing. Okay, now this lower bear icon the same way. Now, I actually didn't see it cross the point of a ridge. It kind of stayed down below the top of this ridge. It actually came around the direction this arrow is, how it's curved. It actually came around below the top of this ridge. And I could see where it was going. I know I need to cut it off, so I hustled and I thought, well, it's about time to go. If I get out on this ridge and get on the point of it, I'm either going to see the bear and get a shot at it, or it's going to done be by me. No harm, no foul. So I went after it, and this bear actually came right around the point of this ridge. I mean, crossed that ridge right at the very end of it. It was rocks and laurel, and it was just really thick brush out there, and that bear came right through all that. Now, the upper part of this ridge is actually pretty flat. You can tell here that that's actually pretty flat just to the left of this icon. It was fairly open, and that bear would not come out in those open woods. It stayed tight to that laurel and them rocks, and it was just going to come right around the point of that ridge and dip off into this holler here where it was just a mess of a thicket with laurel, rocks, smaller trees. So there's another spot of where a bear has come around the end of a ridge and it got in trouble. Here's one more spot, an actual map where again I've harvested a bear. So this bear came from the direction of this curved arrow here to the right. It never did come down the center of this ridge. I was sitting on the opposite holler over here towards where this second arrow is, and I watched this bear come from right to left. And this white kind of fishhook looking line that represents a road, but there's not a road there. It's actually an old logging road. So just ignore that. But this bear actually came around this long ridge, and I could see bits and pieces of him, but I couldn't quite make out enough to get a shot. and I got a really good look at him right here where this blue bear icon is. And then he kind of cut to his left, coming down across this creek, and he was going to cut through kind of the upper side of the saddle. And then I think he was going to shoot right around the left-hand side of this other ridge, going this way. But he didn't. He made it to this holler, and I was able to get a shot on him and harvest this bear. So, what I'm telling you is, if you're hunting in a spot where you know bear there, you know they're coming through, you're just not seeing them, you know, take an evening or a morning or a couple if you can, and hunt the end of some ridges where you think some bears should be. It's worth a shot. If you're not doing any good anywhere else, mix it up, try that. Let me know your thoughts. I hope this helps you in bear season 2023. So keep that in your pocket.